Wow, what a warm day. I'm not used to running in the heat. Bought myself a new pressure washer, so my job today is going to be pressure washing the back patio area, and then if I get time, which I doubt it, I'll tackle the front of the house. It's going to be a warm day today. Around about 2 years ago, we had some settlement tanks put into our workshop. For those who don't know what settlement tanks are, they are literally big boxes, tanks, empty boxes with lids that has an inlet and an outlet, an in and out. I'm not quite sure which way around they go. Inlet, outlet, one at the top, one at the bottom. Anyway, I'll show you now. And the idea is you put them under your sink. If you are in a workshop and you, and you work with precious metals, whenever you work, when you pierce and saw and whatever, you have a lot of filings on your hand. When you polish, what you think is purely just polishing on your fingers, it's actually a tiny little bit of precious metal as well. So the idea is you have settlement tanks. They go underneath the sink. When you wash your hands, the precious metals, the bits of lemon, the bits of dust come off your hands, goes into the sink, into the settlement tank, and the heavy substances, the gold and the polish and everything else that comes off your hand that is heavier than the water settles in the tank, and then the clean water gets taken off. So in the bottom of the tank over time becomes sludge, and in that sludge there is precious metals, and the precious metal recovery specialists, reclamation specialists come around, they empty the tanks, they process that sludge, and then there's precious metals in it. They will give you the money for it. It's brilliant. It's money for nothing. Well, not quite, you got to buy the tanks, but I'll come to that in a second. Or alternatively, what you need to do is get a pack of something like baby wet wipes, and every time you get up off your bench, perhaps they're dirty, you want to go and have a comfort break, or whether you want to have something to eat, you wipe your hands with the baby wipes, you put it in your sweeps bag. It's as simple as that. Settlement tanks, let me show you. So we have 2 settlement tanks. We've got one in our polishing room. This is our polishing motors here. We have a sink, and underneath the sink we have the normal trap, and then that goes into a big polypropylene tank like this. It comes out of the sink, down, around, into the bottom of the tank. There are 2 vertical compartments in here that don't go all the way to the top, and the water goes in through the bottom. The clean water comes out the top, it settles in this and comes at the top, and it comes out of this here and goes down the drain. Likewise, we have another sink here, and likewise in this little bit full, and in the bottom of here, yes, we have another settlement tank. They have been installed for around about the last 2 years, and it was about time that we had them emptied. We know that one there in the polishing room, it was going to be fairly clean, because all we literally do is just wash our hands for when we've polished and gone through the ultrasonic. When we empty the ultrasonic, it always goes into that sink, into the settlement tank. So we always know that that one was going to be nice and clean, but that one underneath the sink, well, some of the coffee grounds happen to go down there. Perhaps we have some milk we put down there from the milk bottle we emptied, we do the washing out, there may be bits of food stuff, and we know that one was going to smell. So what happened was yesterday we had the guys from Pressman Master Mill around, and what will follow on from this little bit of a talk is a very quick video of what he did. I'll tell you what he did. He came around with a wet vacuum cleaner. He took the top off the settlement tanks, sucked up everything that was in those settlement tanks, the water and all the thick sludge. Now that one didn't smell. That one, the smell was like nothing on earth. Anyway, what shows now is a very quick film of what he did. nice warm breeze from there, and suddenly it's looking a bit down. Thank God that was a clean one.
There is not enough money in the world to pay me to do this man's job. Go on, Sharon, so what does it smell like, Sharon?
Oh.
What does it smell like?
I don't know, I've never smelled anything like that.
Is that good?
Oh, it's revolting. That is absolutely revolting. Oh my God, I don't know what it is. I don't smell anything.
It smells like a bad case of dogs.
The full film is available on atthebench.com, available to all the paid members there. So he basically sucked it all out, goes into the wet vacuum cleaner. There's a huge barrel, he empties all that into the barrel. Then what happens is that goes then back to the reclamation specialists. They let all the water evaporate, and what you're left then is basically like a sludge, like a powder. They incinerate that, they assay it, and they give me whatever's in it, gold, platinum, and they obviously charge you for it. And you may think, oh, I'm not going to bother doing that, this is going to be far too expensive. Well, the tanks are only in the region of about £200, £250 for the tank. That may sound a lot of money, but if you're working in gold, and gold is in the region of about £11–12 a gram, you literally only need 20 grams, is that right? 20 grams to literally pay for that tank. That may sound like an awful lot, but if you put that in place for 2, 3, 4, 5 years perhaps, that tank will repay itself. And I only wish that I had those tanks put into place when I started first, because I started in business over close to 30 years ago now. I didn't have settlement tanks put in because I had a feeling at the time they were far too expensive for me. But knowing what I know now, I wish I had those tanks put in over 20 years ago, because I have been literally washing away precious metals and money literally down the sink by not having a tank. So if you're in doubt and you work with precious metals and you perhaps only have one sink that you wash your hands in, I would recommend you contact any of the precious metal reclamation specialists in wherever country you're in and buy a settlement tank. And if you can't afford a settlement tank, well then buy some baby wipes and constantly wipe your hands when you have finished at your bench, and put that in to your sweeps bag, because everywhere in a workshop is gold and silver and precious metals everywhere. Because what I mean by everywhere, I mean like this. Top of the cupboards, okay? Who cleans up here? Exactly, not me. But all this here, okay, there is going to be some degree of precious metal in that, because it's a workshop. And when you file, there's dust goes in the air. When you polish, dust goes in the air. And even if it is just a fraction of a penny, there's lots of surfaces. There's lots of horizontal surfaces. Skirting boards like this, all this down here. Every now and again you should get a wet wipe and clean. This is disgusting, I shouldn't be showing you this. But everywhere like this is money. And all this should be wiped over and put into that sweeps bag. So what you need to do is put into place a precious metal reclamation
schedule, I should say. Sort of every week wipe your bench down, every month wipe all your surfaces, your windowsills, top of the door frames, everywhere, because everywhere in this workshop and in your workshop is money. I'm going to wash my hands now and get that off my finger. It's Wednesday. Oh, the smell. The smell that we have got now is now beef. We had a nice a cookie smell, which is far better than the smell that we had a few days ago when we emptied those settlement tanks in work. So yes, it is Wednesday, and it's going to be a busy day today, because not only have we got a few things to get in Cardiff, we also have to go to Exeter to pick up another daughter. It's not like when you go and pick up like another dog or things like that. It's an actual daughter. So first of all, it's got to be a Starbucks, and then we've got to get a pen. Ooh. Big spenders for Kerry, and then I fancied popping into the Apple shop because I fancy a new strap for my watch. Ooh, with the fun and excitement I have. Really wants to be seen. Look at him. Wow. Charlotte seems to have an obsession with comics at the moment as well. I just can't believe how many comics there are these days. In my days you had things like Spider-Man and Batman and the Marvel comics, but now this place, this is the Forbidden Planet, and this place is absolutely heaving with comics. Can't believe it.
You're getting close. Keep in mind, your phone's GPS is only accurate for about 30 feet.
So you may be wondering what we're doing hanging around service station car parks, or the back of.
Got many holes.
When the guy came round to clear those settlement tanks that you just saw earlier on in the film, he said he did a lot of geocaching. We had a very vague idea of what geocaching was, but we downloaded the app and we're in the service station on the way down to Exeter to pick up Kate, one of my daughters, and I said, come on, let's just see if there's something around here, geocache around here. And there was literally 50 metres from where we were. And that was really cool, actually going to find like treasure hunt, but modern day treasure hunt. You don't have a treasure map, you've got an app for that now. We've done our shopping in Cardiff, although I didn't go into the Apple shop, and I was wanting to get my new strap for my Apple Watch, but I had to buy a saucepan instead. Anyway, so we're going tatters today. Remember tatters? When I don't know what tatters.
I don't know the expression.
Tatters.
I've heard you use it, but
going tatters. You know, when you have children and we're going tatters today, and like you're going out for a bit of a walk, going out for a bit of a drive, and anyway, we're going tatters today. We're going to pick up Caitlin from Exeter,
Exeter Uni, and we're bringing her back for a few weeks for Easter. It's about a 2-hour drive from Cardiff, where we just went and did a bit of shopping. It's a 2-hour drive. We're going to pick her up, we're going to go and get some lunch. Yeah, and then we're going to come home. And then it's Grace, she's the next one. I was going to be picking her up on Friday, which was going to be Good Friday, but I was told that her boyfriend, a gentleman friend, who I think will be bringing her back to us tomorrow, which is going to be Thursday, because today's Wednesday, which will save me a trip. And I have noticed the amount of alcohol that's suddenly been increasing as well.
That wasn't me. That was Mum.